You are now listening to Construction Talk with Tim Bonner.
Good morning, KHBN listening audience. This is Tim Bonner. I want to thank you once again for joining us here. The name of our program is Construction Talk. Of course, we're here every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. till noon talking about construction. And we'll be doing the same today. And as promised, we have a special guest with us here on today that will be talking about the inspection business and inspections as it relates to construction. The young man's name is Matt Cardio. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
Yes, Cardio.
Okay, good. And I'm going to add another interesting footnote. Matt came to me for those of you that listened, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. We had an inspection question, and a lady called in, one of you loyal listeners called in and just gave us his name and said on there that he was just very diligent, provided her with a very excellent report. And I want to tell you, if you're out there listening, thank you. Because of you, Matt is on the air with us today. I was so impressed with your testimony of Matt's skills and professionalism related to the inspection that he did on your home, that I contacted him myself and asked him if he would be willing to come on. So
our reports usually end up being around 25 pages. We put pictures of all the defects that we find in the house.
Yeah, I'm looking at this report. You brought one in, and it is 25 to 30 pages.
Yeah, that's a fairly standard report.
Yes. It's very thorough. I mean, you go through, when you got a summary page, you go through foundation, exterior wall, roofing, plumbing, air conditioning. These are all things that we talk to our KHBN listening audience about: gas, electrical, interior wall, ceilings, miscellaneous. So you look at every aspect of these issues in the house.
Yeah, the average inspection is going to take at least 3 hours, at least the inspection that I do. So we're there for 3 hours, and we're running every system in the house to its fullest extent. The analogy that you made earlier about taking your car for a test drive is actually a really good analogy. Having a home inspection is almost like taking that car for a test drive on a road trip with the mechanic in the car with you. We're going to stress the house as much as we possibly can for the time that we're there. And we know the things to look for, the things that usually go wrong in houses. So
now, does that also help? I'm thinking, if I'm buying a house and I hire you as the inspector, that can uncover some deficiencies, which could also give me the ability to negotiate the repair or correction of those things with the person that's selling the house. Is that the way this works sometimes?
Yeah, that's the way it usually works. Generally, what happens after the inspection, I don't have much to do with. So I don't know what happens every time. But I can tell you that what I typically hear is that people take the report back to their real estate agent. The real estate agent usually tells them to identify the 2 or 3 main things that really bother them about the house. The 2 or 3 things that they're worried is going to affect their safety or the value of the house, or things that they just don't want to do when they move in themselves. And then they take those 3 things to the other agent and ask the seller maybe to fix those things. Now, there's no requirement for them to do that, but people have to meet in the middle somewhere so that they continue to agree on the sale.
Do you ever go back? Are you ever called back after an inspection to revisit or review some of the things that are supposedly repaired?
Yeah, we do re-inspections all the time.
Okay.
Those will usually involve something that had to do with safety. If there was a big electrical issue, a big issue with the gas appliance not pulling the right combustion air, things that could have affected safety, the seller will agree to have those things fixed. But then the buyer will want to have us come back in and take a look and make sure that they were done the right way.
That's excellent. That's excellent. We're talking to Mr. Matt Cardio of Infinity Inspections. You're listening to KHBN AM. The name of our program is Construction Talk. Our call-in number is 214-787-1970. That's 214-787-1970. If you have any questions concerning inspections, what this young man does is inspects your home prior to purchase. So if you're in the market of purchasing a home, it's a good idea to get it inspected. He reviews the house top to bottom, from the foundation up to the peak of the roof, and he gives you a very, very detailed examination report, which helps you to go to your owner or whoever you're purchasing the house from and negotiate with them on some of these repairs. And if you're a first-time home buyer, or even not, if you're not in the business, you don't typically know some of the things to look for. So you could be buying, as the automobile industry says, you could be buying a lemon, and it has all kind of problems, and you won't discover that until you're in the house and the owner, the previous or the seller, is gone, happily on their way, because none of these things came to view. And then when the season changes, or if you buy it in summer and maybe the heating system doesn't even work, and come that winter you discover that the heating system doesn't work, and there's nothing you can do at that point. So it's a very, very important thing to get home inspection done prior to purchase. I think these are dollars well spent, and I think that there's little you can do to defend your position after the sale. We've got a gentleman holding. Jesse, you're on the air with Tim and Matt. How can we help you?
Hello?
Yes.
I have a question about, I've already purchased the home, and I'm coming into the warranty time of my home where they agree to go back and fix certain warranty items.
Right.
Would it be a benefit to me to have an inspector come out at this point, because there's stuff that I don't know about, and there's some issues that we're looking at, several cracks in the corners of the house, which may be where the house is settling, in certain parts of the house where it's pulled away the foundation. I can see a crack in the ground that goes down to the side of my house.
Okay, that's interesting. Matt, go with that.
Yeah, Jesse, I can tell you that's probably the second most common type of inspection we do. It's called a warranty inspection, or one-year maintenance inspection. If you do have the home inspection, we come out and we follow the same exact process that we follow if the house was new. It's going to be about a 3-hour inspection, and we're inspecting every major thing in the house. Now, your builder is required to make any repairs that are recommended by a certified home inspector during your warranty period. So if we did come out and do the inspection, your builder would be responsible to repair anything that we found.
Is there a time frame that they have to make these repairs? Because I've been working on one repair. There's one room in my house that does not get air. I mean, it gets air, but it's very minute, and you have to turn it down to like 50 to get that room cold. But the rest of the house freezes. It doesn't take very much at all.
Well, the time frame is a little bit of a gray area. The builder is required, I think the terminology is within a reasonable time, so he's required to make it within a reasonable time, whatever that means. But generally,
you have to repair those issues if you were to find something that would going to change the value of the house or be unsafe to live in.
Well, anything that comes up in an official inspection report, your builder will be required to repair.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I appreciate it. It's been very helpful. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I help you to develop a game plan for warranty issues with your builder. And I guess that's a better game plan than me just Joe homeowner saying, well, what does this little crack here mean? And then the builder flipping me off and say, that's nothing that will go away, or it doesn't mean anything. Right. You actually go on record with someone that's licensed that can say, yeah, this is what this means, right? And they have to respond. They're probably more inclined to respond to you than they are to a homeowner.
Absolutely, because they understand that there's a written record of the issue, and they're going to be held responsible for it from that point forward.
Excellent. Matt, could you talk to us about, again, where do you get your jobs? Where do you get your referrals from, other than someone calling my program and saying that you did a wonderful job?
Well, I tell you, I should stop now first here and say thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. And I have one of your listeners to thank. I'd really like to get their name and number and call them and tell them thank you, loan or new. A lot of inspectors do market directly to real estate agents. Real estate agents are a pretty good continuous source of people who are buying houses, obviously.
Yes.
I don't do that. I don't like, there can be some fuzziness there when you're recommended by the real estate agent. So I do have real estate agents that recommend me, but generally it's because I met them in an inspection somewhere, not because I actively sought them out. I would say the majority of my business comes through the website or through customer referrals. Previous people. I've been fortunate enough that people do have some good things to say about me after we come and do the inspection, so they tell their family and their friends, or they call in radio shows, or however it is that they do that, and we get a lot of business that way. So.
Yes. And Matt does have an excellent website, and that web address. Give your web address, Matt. I got it here pulled up, but I can't see it from where it's sitting.
Sure, it's www.infinity-inspections.com. And Infinity is INFINITY. If you just do a Google search for Infinity Inspections, hopefully we pop up all over the place.
Yeah, you do. That's www.infinity-inspections.com. And if you go there, you'll get all information about Matt. He's got an excellent website that has a sample report. It has a site in there that testimonials. That was a good tab where there's a lot of people in there that addresses or talks about the success that they had in using Matt and the type of work that he did for them. So go to his website and you'll see more about his company and the services that he provides. Give your phone number out too, by the way.
Sure, it's 817-319-6278.
Okay, excellent. What about pricing? How much does the typical inspection cost?
Well, of course, there's a range there, but the average inspection, I would say, is around $300.
Okay.
And I can only discuss our pricing model. Other guys are a little different, but I do monitor the other guys, and I try to make sure that we fall somewhere in the middle. So
Yeah.
you can find inspections a little cheaper. You can also find them for a lot more. But if you consider the standard house to be about 2,200 square feet,
Right.
our pricing on that inspection is $295. There will be additions there if you need a pool inspected or a sprinkler system. We charge like $15 for the sprinkler, but for the most part, you can expect around $300.
Okay, excellent. About $300. And how many inspections do you typically do? A couple a day, or how do you?
Personally, I won't do any more than 2 in a day.
Okay.
I don't think there's enough hours in the day. I think once you get to that third inspection, you've lost a little.
You're worn out.
Yeah, well, I don't want anybody else to suffer because I'm tired and I missed something I should have seen.
This has been a wonderful program, and Matt, I'm going to give it to you and let you close it out. Give your phone number, give your website. I'm out of time, and I'm getting the look, so we've got to get done real quick here. It's been a wonderful hour here. Thank you so much for taking out time on your busy Saturday to come visit with us and share some information about the inspection business. Go ahead with it, Matt.
Sure, I was happy to do it, Tim, and thanks again for having me. We're at www.infinity-inspections.com, and the phone number is 817-319-6278.
All right, give that number again. Sometimes people are driving, they can't write it down.
Sure, yeah, it's 817-319-6278.
Okay, our special guest today was Mr. Matt Cardio of Infinity Inspections. He gave out his number, he gave out his website, and I'll have that information also if you need it on next week if you didn't have time to write it down today. I highly recommend him. He comes just highly recommended. He's got testimonials on his website, which are excellent. And we want to thank the KHB and listening audience for participating with us. It's been a wonderful ride, and we just love what God has done for us and blessing us to serve the community in this capacity. Continue to listen to us, and we will continue to do our best to provide you with quality information as it relates to construction. My name is Tim Bonner, owner of Bonner Associates Constructors. We've been in business here in the Metroplex for 18 years, servicing the Metroplex for their construction needs. Thank you so much. If you need me at Bonner Associates, the number is 214-946-1155. That's 214-946-1155. Until next week, thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Construction Talk.